I have never seen one of these in my life. I didn't even know they existed.
What are you talking about? That's just a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, no, it's not. Let's find out what's different. Let's get started. This is a 2006 Toyota Corolla. Yes, it is a Corolla, but it's an XRS. And they made it for only 2 years in all of the history of cars, the history of Corollas. This model only existed for 2 years. There's a lot of really rare special features with this we're going to go over today. And we're also going to go over the fact it's really good to get a pre-purchase inspection before you buy a car, because the things that we found wrong with this could have been used as a bartering chip on the price and negotiating the price of purchasing the vehicle. But now it's too late. It's already been purchased. Let's take a look around this XRS. Here's the front of this Corolla, and it looks like any other Corolla, except now we're seeing some ground effects on the bottom that's not on your standard Corolla. And we do see some puddles as we go around. It's a rainy day in Kansas. Cars are dripping water everywhere. It does have some 16-inch wheels, and again, there's those ground effects I'm talking about on the rocker moldings all along the car. Something's a little different than compared to a normal Corolla, as we're seeing. As we go down this side, you can see the paint's in good shape. There's a few scrapes and things on the back bumper, but nothing too serious. And there's no muffler Newton. Let's let them go by. There it is, guys. Corolla XRS. Equally nice on this side. No serious dents or anything, no rust going on. Let's go ahead and jump under the hood and see some more differences from a standard Corolla. Here's our, no, it's not a 1ZZ. No, this is a 2ZZ GE. And Toyota worked with Yamaha on this engine, and the intake tuning and the cylinder head design, all those things, kinds of features that gives it more power. Not your standard 1ZZ that you would see in a Corolla. It is a 2ZZ, about 170 horsepower. It's got a little bit more torque than your average 1ZZ, but we see this weird XRS strut brace. It looks like a shock absorber almost, and you can see it's meant to flex in and out right here a little bit. Looks like a shock absorber right here too. It has a mount. This mounts to the strut here, the strut tower. Look how it curls around the brake master cylinder reservoir. Kind of neat how they had to do that. That is another feature of this XRS that comes stock from the factory. No, they didn't buy that on some tuning website. That came from the factory. This thing is a really special engine. The red line on the RPMs is like a Ferrari 355. Over 8,000 is the red line. It's designed to handle that kind of revving. It also has its own unique power steering system. And like I mentioned, Yamaha was involved with a lot of the design of this engine. And it has a 6-speed manual. A manual in a Corolla, a 6-speed. That's really cool. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of other features we're going to show as we get it on the lift. Let's let Mrs. Wizard show you guys around the interior. What does it look like inside an XRS? Let's find out.
This thing just went over 100,000 miles at 100,804 miles. And look at that tachometer. Yes, it is redlining at 8,000 RPMs. That is just crazy. Obviously, lots of things going on up there because when I turn off the key, it's all dark. There's nothing going on up there, so enjoy the light show there for a second, but everything's looking good. Dash, everything so far is looking really nice. You know, if the person's driving this thing about buying it, everything's looking good. Nothing's broken, nothing's spilling out. Very, very simple HVAC controls. Does look like we've got a little bit of a door missing through here, and we can kind of see into the back of the car there. It's kind of interesting, but okay, maybe we could find that panel on, you know, eBay or whatnot. 6-speed manual. This thing would be so much fun to drive. But as we move back, looking good, looking clean. Got cup holders, got a little coin spot. The center console is looking good. Nothing going on in there. Just got a charge port. A little bit of plastic, something or other. But looking good. It's a very small armrest. Seats, cloth. kind of two-tone gray, looking good, not ripped. I don't see any broken stitching. Door card is also in really nice condition so far, looking really good. As we get to the back, you'll see we have the two-tone gray still going on, at least on 2 passenger seats, but well, okay, looking good. Headliner, no marks, no Cheeto fingers, nothing sagging. One thing that was said to be different that you kind of can't see from here, but you can kind of see back there, the girthy little neck back there behind that steering wheel. The column back there is supposedly much larger than what you would find on a standard Corolla, so must have had more stuff to put back into there, but have our Toyota symbol in the center, got some nice little design elements around the sides, but everything's looking really good. So at 100,800 miles, looking good, but let's see what it looks like on the underneath. See if this person did get a good buyer. What's wrong?
So far, everything's looking pretty good on this post-purchase inspection. Let's go ahead and take a look underneath and see what we find. Here's our condenser. It has a few bugs and things in it, but nothing serious. No antifreeze leaking or anything going up here with the radiator. Here's our 6-speed manual transmission. And we check our brakes. The pads are kind of thin up front, and the rotors look very rusty. They're kind of thin too. Our boots are good. Everything's good with the CV shaft. Sway bar link is good. Nothing loose. CV boots are good there as well. Struts are not blown out. Sway bar link is good. Nothing loose there. It looks like front brakes could be done on this vehicle. Let's take a look up through this area on the back of the subframe and see what we can see on the back side of the engine. So you can barely see it there, but the valve cover is wet around the edges, so it's just starting to leak on the valve cover gasket. Steering rack looks good. Our exhaust is all intact. Everything's there, so that's good. Our catalytic converter has not been cut off and sold by tweakers. That's a really good thing. I'm happy to see that. Here's our resonator chamber. Looks like stock exhaust all the way back. Here's our fuel tank. If it ever needs to come down, it looks like it's fairly easy to get that down. Our rear axle is kind of called a trailing arm or a beam axle. It doesn't have independent so much in the rear. Let's take a look at that. On the whole car, we haven't seen a whole lot of rust. Most of it is surface rust, if there has been any, kind of like on this beam axle here. It looks like they built in kind of a sway bar into it, so maybe there's a little bit of torsion going on, but it's not fully independent. Struts are not blown. The brakes are pretty thin on the back. Again, brakes, same situation here. The strut is not blown out. Nothing loose there either. In the road test, under braking, the rear, we could really feel some pulsating going on, and the brakes are about 20-30% remaining on the back. So we're probably just going to do brakes all the way around on this one. We do see our charcoal canister is easy to get to, so if there's any issues, it's not a major teardown. You just unhook the hoses and things. I really like that. And it's tucked up out of the way, so it's not going to get hit by debris or anything in the road. So let's check the date codes on the tires before we get this thing on the ground. These tires look new. They look like they're in really good shape, but they're not. Take a look at the date code. 2015, guys. These are 10 years old. If they have life left in them or not, that's really kind of a gamble. It really advocated 5 to 7 years is the life of a tire, and you're getting at 10, it's definitely time for new tires. Let's get this thing on the ground. So on the outside, everything looks really good on this. It does need some maintenance, some things caught up on it, but a few more things you really can't see on the camera. It has 4-wheel disc brakes, if you didn't notice. Your average Corolla has drums in the back. This one did not have drums, it has discs in the back, so that's definitely an upgrade. There's about 6,600 of these made worldwide. Only a small fraction of that are in the United States. These were made in the 05 and the 06 model years, and that's it. So if you're looking for one of these, you want the special XRS model, you're going to need to look for the 05 or the 06 year range. There's not going to be 08s or 03s or 04s. Also, if you're looking for one, you know, your average Corolla is going to go $2 or $3 grand, maybe 4 or 5 for a really nice one. Not the XRS. You're not going to find one of these for 2 or 3 grand. More like 10 or more. In fact, here's a picture of one that just sold on Bring a Trailer for $20,000. $20,000. This thing is 20 years old. 20 grand. Still worth a lot of money. This isn't your cheap average Corolla. It's a very, very special model. And the price reflects that, where people are willing to pay for it. Again, if you want one of these, you're going to probably pay a little bit more than you were thinking. Now, the things that are wrong with this vehicle, we're also going to recommend coils and plugs, being it just reached 100,000 miles. Does it need them right now? No, but it is kind of part of the maintenance to keep up on everything. With all 4 rotors, all 4 pads, a valve cover gasket, spark plugs, coils, and inspection, all those things, we're getting close to $1,000, 800 to $1,000 range. One thing that's really nice about this 2ZZ engine is, unlike most Toyotas and Lexuses, forever they're using timing belts on everything. This one's a timing chain, so you don't have to worry about that. But with everything we have priced out on this for the estimates with the customer approved, by the time they get tires, there'll be $1,500 sunken into this to get it sorted out. But this is the wrong time to try to negotiate a price if you've already purchased it. It's too late. You gave the money, it's done. They're not going to give you any money back. Really, I push a lot. You guys hear me say it all the time. Pre, not post. Pre-purchase inspection. Because you could have got it inspected and found out it needed $1,500 in work. You could have worked on the price with the seller and say, hey, either get these things up to snuff for me, or let's work on the price. Maybe come to an agreed price that's a little lower than your asking price. And you could use that savings to put towards getting it sorted out. But again, it's too late now. Just doing a quick inspection before you buy it, looking around the car, there's things that are easy to see, like tires are old, maybe there's some leaks on the ground or things of that nature, but you really need it on a lift, having a pre-purchase inspection with a trained set of eyes. Just like we saw, the valve cover gasket was leaking on the back side of the engine. You really can't see that just by sitting in a parking spot. You really need it on a lift. It makes it so much easier to see. Now, this pre-purchase inspection, is that going to be a $20 deal? No. Probably $250 deal. I know several owners of shops in the area and also all over the country that say, if I do a full pre-purchase inspection where I'm checking all the buttons, all the switches, everything, the bulbs, $250. You say, well, I don't want to spend that. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be looking for a car. Or if you are going to buy it anyway, it's a gamble that you're willing to take, that's on you. But it's worth it, because that $250 could save you thousands of dollars if you get it inspected and find out the transmission's about to go out, the engine's knocking, there's various other issues that are going to cost $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. That $250 just saved you a lot. It was a lifeline, basically. We actually don't do a whole lot of pre-purchase inspections in the shop, and I'm not trying to drum up business and say, oh, let's get a bunch of those. It's just really worthwhile if you're looking at a car, especially a car that's worth quite a bit of money, to know where do you stand before you hand over and fork over that large sum of money. What is your standing currently with this vehicle? It really pays to know that answer. So is this still reliable as any other Toyota? Yes, it is. It's very reliable. Everything on here is Toyota parts. Again, Yamaha was introduced to work on the engine. It actually has Yamaha stamped on the side of the cylinder head. I saw that here earlier today. But yes, it is just reliable as any other Toyota. This is a very special car. I definitely wanted to get a video out to you guys before it left. I've never seen one or even heard of one before. I just always thought a Corolla is a Corolla is a Corolla. But I learned something today, just like you just did watching this video. There's some special models out there. And I think when they built this car, they were aimed at competing with the Honda Civic Si. That's who they were competing. They wanted a sporty little economy car. Unfortunately, it only lasted for 2 years. So if you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to work on this Corolla XRS or the Porsches or any other cars we have in the shop, a lot of the tools we use in the shop are listed for sale on our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. And these are not trash tools. These are vetted, wizard-approved tools that we actually use every day here in the shop. They're listed for sale, again, in that link below in the description. And if you purchase anything, we get a small cut, and we really do appreciate it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, because our schedule is full, which means lots of videos for you guys. Thanks for watching.